Ooh, yum, it looks so good, doesn't it? Ahead of the Lexington Barbecue Festival this weekend, the Good Morning Show is looking at what makes the event so great. For example, it has its own limited edition wine. NASCAR legend Richard Childress teams up his vineyard with internationally renowned artist Bob Timberlake, who creates this label for the artwork. Timberlake is from Lexington. His vivid paintings of life in our area have been featured across the world, and they're hot collectibles. You know, he also created the best-selling line of furniture in American history, passing well over the $1 billion mark in sales. And Timberlake has been a driving force behind Keep America Beautiful also. You know, somehow in doing all of that, he found time to paint with us and talk about his work. I ended up taking away a masterclass in creativity that everyone should hear. That's new at 6.
I'm at play doing what I'm doing.
From his Lexington gallery,
That's just right behind my studio.
Bob Timberlake says his latest work, Cornstalk Jack, did not start as some stroke of genius, but by having fun.
Creating is wonderful. It's like reading a book. If you're reading a book at night and you just don't want it to stop, you stay up or whatever, and you get the best book you ever read. It's like me painting. It's like I'm reading the best book I ever read, and I don't want to put it down.
He calls himself a Halloween nut who wanted to see what he could do with a jack-o'-lantern. So he built the sculpture in the backyard that inspired the painting.
I did corn cobs all around it and wrapped it up with burlap and then just stuck the head on top. People ask me all the time, how do you come up with an idea? That's not the question. It's trying to decide between the 300 or 400 things I want to do. And I find them, you know, walking in the grass or in the outside or talking to people, like going to the furniture market. I get ideas. C.S. Lewis once wrote one time, he said he had 6 impossible ideas before breakfast every morning. That's me.
One of those ideas was to create this trunk at the age of 14. Timberlake won the first ever Ford Motor Company Industry Arts Award for the work, helping to encourage him to make a career in art.
The man upstairs was leading me along. I mean, he truly was.
Since then, he's pretty much thought nonstop about what else he could create.
Look at the leaves here on the ground. And I mean, I wandered around. I was sitting up there waiting on y'all and just thinking about 20 things to do.
When you have so many ideas in your head, how do you pick the best one to do first?
I do what I'm most interested in.
What's your best advice for someone who's trying to be more creative?
Just do it. Just do it. Do whatever brings you joy.
And you can tell he gets a lot of joy from his work. You know, Timberlake does this thing where he writes notes to himself while he's painting, stuff he wants to remember. Well, on his notes while we were out there this time were some rules for a happy, successful life. If you want to see those, they're on my Facebook page. Just search for Watchdog Ben.